What's up, guys? Today I have another Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh match for you guys. This is a Yu-Gi-Oh match, and looking at both our teams, there's not really that much to say though about this. It's pretty much a Yu-Gi-Oh match, and so take a look at my team. Mine's just a couple of completely random Pokemon. Mine's like, for example, my team contains my physical sweeper Pokemon. That's pretty much honestly my new favorite Pokemon. My favorite Pokemon in X and Y, Tyrantrum. I just love this Pokemon. I'm still mad at the fact that he doesn't learn Rocket, which would have been such a good useful ability for this guy. Heck, I remember talking to Phoenix Master 1 time on one of his RU matches, and I basically told him Tyrantrum would have easily been in UU or higher if he can learn its hidden ability Rocket, because it would have been such a perfect Pokemon despite its weaknesses. And he basically agreed the same thing. If Tyrantrum could learn Hidden Ability Rockhead, it would have easily been in UU. I mean, he still can be used in UU. He's still threatening in UU. He's just not that threatening in OU, though, because there's a lot of Dragon-type Pokemon that can easily support the physical sweeper role a bit better. Let's just say that for a fact. But my special defensive wall, Gudra, Machamp with the Soul Vest, it's actually not that bad, actually. A Soul Vest Machamp, it's actually pretty good. I also have an Eviolite Boulder, which is actually what I'm trying out. It's the same moveset as the Gigalith. I'm trying Eviolite on as the alternate, as the item. It's actually not that bad, actually. Then I have my Weezing. My Blastoise is pretty much my well-balanced wall, both physical and especially defensive wall with modest nature. It's pretty much the Rapid Spin of my Mega Evolution. I know it sounds a bit weird because most Mega Blastoise don't carry Rapid Spin, but I just love Blastoise. It really is one of the best Mega Evolutions in the game, simply because it's one of the only couple Pokemon that now gains access to the new ability Mega Launch next to Crawdient, or whatever the Pokemon's called. Then I have my physical wall Weezing, which, honestly, to be honest, I just love Weezing to death. It is such a good Pokemon. Despite its weakness to Psychic type, it's a fantastic physical wall, great counter to Fairy types, and a fantastic great counter to fighting types. Really damn good Pokemon, in my personal opinion. But I know most people don't use him in UU that much, but trust me, he is really good in UU as well. So looking at my opponent's team, he's got mostly a hyperly offensive team. The only defensive core I see on his side, in his team, is the Slowbro and the Florges. That's actually a good dual defense team, because those two can literally take hits for days. Like Slowbro with January. I mean, seriously, I love Slowbro. I want to get one with January. I mean, before we start the match, I'm going to ask you guys, do any of you guys have a friend Safari with Slowbros in it? Or if not, do any of you guys have a regenerated Slowbro? If you do, let me know in the comments below if you do. I'll give you my friend code. Actually, I'll give you my friend code, and you can probably trade me a Slowbro, as I am going to catch, as I do have some Slowbros for that. Make sure you give me a female, or send me a couple of eggs of Slowbros with January. Just let me know if you do have it, and I'll give you my friend code so you can trade me some. And I'll trade you maybe one of the Pokemon that I probably don't really need, like, or something like that. It just depends on which one I feel like it. It just basically depends. So, looking at my opponent's team, the biggest threats I have to worry about is the Vivillon and the Hydreigon. The Metagross definitely is a threat, but he's not as threatening compared to Hydreigon and Vivillon. Simply because those things are a damn fucking problem if you don't take care of them. Like, Vivillon is by far the biggest threat, because if I don't kill it as soon as possible with the, since it will put something to sleep and it's set up on you, it really can be annoying. Like, I mean, if Smogon did not include the rule of, did not include Sleep Claws, Vivillon would have been the most overpowered Pokemon ever because of that. But since because of that thing, it does limit it a bit, but it still is a threatening Pokemon if you don't kill it. So we're going to get started in the matchup. Now, I was actually thinking of, right here, I was actually thinking of starting out the match with the Tyrantrum predicting the Vivillon, because I do have the Lumberry on my Tyrantrum, which protects me from status condition. It's actually a really good item for him. But unfortunately, that was a terrible idea, though, because he actually starts off the match right off the bat with the high gun. So, unfortunately for me, I'm forced to switch out. And I actually was thinking of going to my Gudra, but I actually realized he might go for Dracomir. So I made a really risky play and switched into Blastoise, who actually does take that. And I figured if I actually Mega Evolve, since I do get that huge special defense and defense boost, I could probably take out this Hydreigon, survive the next Draco Meter. Judging by that damage, it's actually choice specs. Because honestly, most Hydreigons don't carry Draco Meter unless you have choice specs. And luckily, Mega Evolving actually did help because I lived that Draco Meter with literally 11 HP. And I go for Aura Spirit, and that is a dead Hydreigon. And I even get a crit on that Aura Spirit too, which, to be honest, that really doesn't matter, because really does not. So he actually brings out this Vivillon, and I was actually expecting him to just kill me off right here right off the bat, but he actually decides to Sweet Powder me, which is kind of a bit of a weird issue. And honestly, from what I've seen, it seems I'm probably going to regret not saving this Blastoise for later, but that's just me though, that's just me, but whatever. So I actually figured that maybe he was going to finish me off right here, right now, but he actually decided to use this opportunity to set up equipment in his house. That was just a dumb play on my part that I decided to stay in, hoping to wake up, when I should have just switched to the Goodra here. So I go for Goodra. I switch into Goodra simply because I know I can take any hit this thing offers. I don't care if it's Hurricanes at +2. Now, because seriously, I would be so disappointed if Goodra could not do it at all. And as you can tell, Goodra actually takes that way better than I thought it would. I kind of made a really dumb misclick there. I actually wanted to go for Flamethrower, but unfortunately I accidentally clicked Sludge Bomb. But at least I got rid of the focus action that matters. So right here I actually decided to go for the Flamethrower as he sees that Hurricane did not do half, so he wants to get that extra boost. But you're going to see that I actually get a crit on this Flamethrower, and that crit actually mattered because this thing was at +3 special defense. Which is really, I felt really bad for that because because honestly to me, I don't think that crit really matters. So now he's going to bring out the Crobat. And I actually know for a fact he's going to go for Brave Bird just to get rid of my Goodra. So I figured since Blastoise is asleep and can't really do shit in this match, I just decided to let him go down here. Pretty much my only best option though, but whatever. And honestly, I'm kind of going to regret not having Slowbro on my... letting Slowbro die this story, but hey, what can you do? You're going to see why I think I regretted letting Blastoise die this sir. So now I'm going to switch in my Boulder, and I know for a fact he's actually going to go for the U-turn here. So I just used this opportunity to set up the Stealth Rocks, which I really need to because it'll make it really easy for Tyranitar to start sweeping his team from here. And he actually brings out the Slowbro, which I honestly go for Stealth Rocks here, like I said, just to predict the switch or U-turn. And I thought he was going to go for Scolier just to finish me up, but he actually uses this opportunity to set up some Calm Minds, and I am really scared right now at this point. And this was just a dumb play on my part. I went for Stone Edge thinking he would go for the Skull, but it's just at this point I just made a dumb play. That's just all I did. I just made a really dumb play. Like, let's face it, that happens sometimes. You do make dumb plays, and sometimes it can pay. And most of the time it will not pay off, but there are times it will pay off. But I go for Explosion because I honestly look at his team, and I don't really think Boulder's not going to be that useful. So I decided to let my Boulder die at this point because I don't think it's not that useful anymore. So I decided to bring in Goodra, and I know for a fact I can take pretty much any hit this offers. Unfortunately, because I did get rid of Thunderbolt on my thing for better type coverage, it kind of stinks, but oh well. So he actually goes for the Side Shock, and that unfortunately does scare me. And that's still... But I figured since he's at low enough life, this may give me an opportunity to actually go for the Crunch here. Now, I still went for the Crunch just in case if he decided to stay in thinking I was going to go for Dragon Dance, but I'm actually going to regret that because I should have actually went for the Dragon Dance that turn, making him fear about the Crunch, and that's what I should have done to begin with, but, you know, whatever, it happens, whatever. So, I kind of wondered why he sent this thing in as a really bad play, but I actually remember he actually learns the Fog, so I actually decided to use this opportunity and start setting up Dragon Dances here just to guarantee that I could fucking pretty much destroy the rest of his team. Let's just say that for a fact. And I obviously know for a fact this Crobat can't do anything to me, and I decided, you know what? Let's just get this thing out of the way first, because I think +1 attack and +1 speed will help me sweep his team. But you guys are going to see right here, I should have went for a second one just in case to sweep his entire. I go for the Storage and I land it, and I thought this was going to kill Florges because it has bad physical defense. But he actually lives that with literally like 5% life left, and I was like, what the fuck? He actually lived at that. I was so mad. I was like, what the hell? How the hell did he survive that Stone Edge? That's my most powerful rock type move outside of rock head smash. But it actually turns out I took a look after the battle was over, or after my Tyrantrum died. I found out that I got minimum damage on that Stone Edge. I was like, really? Damn it, Tyrantrum, if I would have went for another Dragon Edge, you would have swept your opponent's team so damn easily. But you know, that should happen. That should happen. So I go into my Machamp, and I pretty much just went for the Bullet Punch since I know that Florge is going to be faster. Then I brings out the Metagross and just finish him off with the Zed, but I mean, let's be honest, I'm not fully invested into speed, so I honestly know that Metagross is going to outspeed me. So now I bring out my Weezing, and Weezing is pretty much one of my best chances to win this, so I decided we're here to go for risky play and go for Willis just to get the burn off, and luckily, my Weezing is so damn well trained, it lands a Willis pretty much every time. It only misses Willis once every blue moon. Let's just say that for a fact. So I finally got this thing burned, and I knew he was going to go for Zamba, and thanks to that burn, it really does make a huge difference as I survive that Zamba like nothing. And I go for Plane Split, and I get back so much damn life from this Metagross. And honestly, I know that because Metagross has so much HP, it's just ridiculous, but well, that shit happens, So he goes for another sad headbutt, and again, I don't give a shit. Weezing does not give a care about your damn looking stuff. I go for Flamethrower, and it does absolutely no damage. I mean, it's not stab, but looking at that damage, that definitely tells me it's an Assault Fast Metagross. But unfortunately, that burn damage was not enough to take it out, which means I'm forced to take one more hit. And I live there with like 10 damn HP, and I just, well, go for Flamethrower. And that's a dead-ass Metagross. So now all he pretty much has left is the Weezing. And honestly, I know for a fact he's going to go for Side Shock. Even if I do go for Pain Split, pretty much, it's not going to matter too much. So, but he actually makes an odd play here in my part. I go for Pain Split because I know I'm faster, and I know I can get back a lot of damn HP. But for some reason, he goes for the Skull, and I'm not sure why, because Side Shock would have been the better play because it's super effective, but I don't know why. So I actually looked at my 5 HP, and I was thinking quick on my head, oh my god, I might have a chance. But unfortunately, he gets the damn burn, which is so sucks for me, because getting that burn really mattered since I survived it. Getting that burn really mattered. If he didn't get the Scalder, maybe I would have had a chance to win the game, but oh well, it happens. It just happens. So I kind of should have saved my Blastoise for the Weezing, or none of the Weezing, sorry, the Slowbro, since I have Dark Pulse on, which is what I should have done, but oh well, but what can you do? What can you do about it? Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone, for Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and it just sucks that Tyrant could have easily gotten a sweep there, but I should have went for a second Dragon. It's just to guarantee I can kill everything in my path, but oh well, that shit happens. So thanks, everyone. I'll see you guys later.